Hey guys, finally got the camera set up, but we haven't shot the intro yet, so this is going to be the intro. Today, we're going to show you how to go from this to this. All right, so you might be thinking, well, why the heck is he redoing speaker grill covers for that old truck? He should have just taken his old ones and just cleaned them up. And you know what? I thought the exact same thing. And then I went to pop them off, and somehow that clip broke and that clip broke because, you know, it's 30 years old. I did try to glue them back on, as you can see, and that lasted for about 2 seconds. So instead of putting any more effort into the old speaker grill, we went over to our friends at LMC Truck, and they actually sell new speaker grills with the tabs already glued on. It kind of looks like they're plastic welded on actually. But when you buy these speaker grills, they don't come with any fabric. So we went over to our local Jo-Ann Fabric and bought some speaker fabric. And this is just a small piece to show you what it looks like. The thing with speaker mesh fabric is it's a little bit see-through, so you can probably see my fingers through there a little bit. And two, it's really stretchy in one direction, and it's not stretchy at all in the second direction. So that's going to be important when we go to mount it to our speaker grill, and we're going to show you which direction to put that in. Okay, so we've got a piece of the speaker mesh fabric that's cut to about the right size. It's a little bit big right now, but that's going to give us some area to grab onto and hold. So what we've done is we've actually laid it out so that the stretchy direction is going the long ways on the speaker grill, and the non-stretchy direction is going the short way. Now on this particular grill, this is actually the passenger side, it probably doesn't make a big difference, but I can tell you on the driver's side, the one that we've already done, where you have this cutout for the VIN, in order to stretch it around all of these corners, it's really important to have it oriented in a way where you can stretch it on that long direction. And it came out really nice, as you can see. So all those corners came out really, really tight, no wrinkles at all. We're going to start by gluing the bottom edge here. We're just using regular super glue and a super glue accelerator. So that's going to come in really handy because it allows us to set the glue up really quickly while we're holding it in position. Now you're probably going to notice, geez, the person that's gluing all of this, his hands look a little bit different. And the answer to that question is we've actually brought in an expert. I've subcontracted this workout to a speaker grill expert because, you know, on this channel we really only bring you guys the best quality of work. All right, so we're going to start out by gluing on top of the fabric. So we've just folded it over the edge and putting a little strip of super glue on the top of the fabric, but it is meshy fabric, so it's going to go all the way through, and then just using a screwdriver here to push that fabric into the speaker grill itself. Now we've got a small part done. I'm going to stretch it tight and continue on. All right, so the bottom edge is glued up. Now we're stretching it really tight over to the top edge. And again, this is in the non-stretchy direction of the fabric. And we're going to do the same thing across that top edge, just applying super glue on top of the fabric and activating it to help it dry much quicker. We've got the bottom and the top done off of camera. We did one side here just to make sure we've perfected the technique so that we can show you guys how we're doing it. And we've got one side left to do, so that's the one we're going to show you so that you can get a really nice tight finish. As you can see, that side is looking really good. There's no wrinkles at all. So we'll attack this last side and we'll show you the techniques that we're using. All right, so the first step is to pull it really tight in that stretchy direction and put a little glue right in the corner. And you can see the fabric is actually overlapping here. It's going to have to overlap. And then we keep pulling it in that stretchy direction, just working our way across. Same technique that we used on the top and bottom, adding super glue right on top of the fabric, and then adding some activator. Now we're going to do the other corner, same exact way, pulling it tight, adding the glue. The two corners are coming together, and now we will work that entire edge. So pulling it really tight again, this is that stretchy direction, so you've got a lot of fabric that you can pull. And there you go. Look at that, nice and tight around all the corners. No wrinkles at all in the fabric. It looks pretty much perfect. So the only thing left to do is trim off all the excess. And then we'll run an extra bead of glue all the way around the edge and let it set up and dry. And we're all done. All right, so now that we've got the speaker grill covered and it's looking really good, it's time to install it. So there are two clips here on the front that latch into the dash. Kind of slide it forward, make sure both of those are engaged, and then we'll just push down on the back. And that's all there is to it. All right guys, today's project is pretty straightforward. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not an expert at interior trim, which is why we got a little bit of help today. If you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe. We've got a lot more projects still coming.